Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. The last class explained what is instance variable hiding. Instance variable hiding. Okay, here suppose here the instance names is equivalent to instance names are equivalent to parameter names. What are the instance names here? X and Y. Parameter names are also same. That means it will compiler will some a problem has created. The compiler cannot understand which X is assigned to which X. Okay, as per the scope, in the getData method, X means local variables are having the more priority than global variables. Local variables are having the more priority than global variables. Okay, in this read data method, what are the local variables X and Y? Here we will write X and Y. You can access only the local variables X only. There is no mechanism to get the global variable. Suppose in C language, 1 minute more. Okay, that's the concept here. Remote object and what is the current object. You have to find out which is the remote object, which is the current object, which is the returning object. Here, which is the returning object? P1 is the returning object. Okay, P1 is the returning object that is assigned to P3. That is assigned to P3. Now we'll go to main section. Just I will create the object for passing class objects. Passing objects. Passing objects. P1 is equal to new passing objects. Okay, passing object P1 is equal to new passing objects. Next, I will create one more object with name P2. Okay, now one more also. This is not an object P3. This is just reference. No need of all. Because of the return value is an object. Object has assigned to P3. Okay, now we'll call P1 dot read data. P1 dot read data. P2 dot read data. Next, P3 is equal to P1 dot add of P2. Okay, P1 dot display. Next one, P3 dot display. Next, P2 dot display. Okay, in the P1 object, read data. P1 A, B, X and Y value, X, Y values are A and B or X and Y. What are the values here? What are the variable names? A and B. We will copy here, paste it. Okay, now coming to first you will call the P1 dot read data. Here P1 dot A is equal to 10, P1 dot B is equal to 20. Next P2 dot read data. P2 dot B is equal to 30. P2 dot A is equal to 30. P2 dot B is equal to 40. Okay, fine. Now we'll call the P3 is equal to, that is, this is P1 dot add of, at the right hand side, what that's the method calling P1 dot add of P2. Come here. Okay, passing objects, add passing objects of P. Okay, the P2 has copied into P. Okay, P2 has copied into P. This means that is current object P1 dot A is equal to This dot A means P1 dot A plus P2 dot B. P2 dot A, P1 dot B is equal to, okay, P1 dot B plus P2 dot B. Okay, here this means P1, P means P2. Okay, this means P1, P means P2. Return this. Return this means P1 has returned, that is assigned to P3. Okay, now which objects having the resultant values? Which objects are having the resultant value? P1. Tell me, which objects are having the resultant value?
So P1 having the resultant that is assigned to P3.
Very good. P1 having the resultant, at the same time P3 also having the resultant. Now P1 dot display, P3 dot display, and P2 dot display. Now I'll execute this. MM20, 30 and 40. Okay. P1 dot display. The first one is P1 dot display. AB values are 40 and 60. In P3 dot display, the second column is P3 dot display, 40 and 60. P2 dot display is as usual the same values. Okay, returning the objects. Okay, which kind of object has returned here? Current object has returned. How can you return the current object? Return this. Okay, returning the this. This means current object. Okay, temporary object means create the temporary object. You can assign the temp dot a is equal to a dot a plus p dot a, temp dot b is equal to b plus p dot b. Okay, p dot b return temp. That is the one kind of returning. Next one, p2 dot a is equal, sorry, p dot a is equal to a plus p dot a. That means p means p2. That means p dot b is equal to a plus p dot b. A plus p dot b. Return p. Return p means what is the p here? P2. That is the returning the remote object. Okay, the finally returning the current object. This is the way you have to return the current objects. Okay, this is about how many ways, how many types of objects you have to returning from the normal primitive types means all primitive types you have to return. That's not a problem. How many kinds of, suppose returning the objects, that is temporary object, remote object, or the next one is current object. Different ways you have to return as per your requirement. Okay, as per your requirement. Okay, next one, access control. Okay, the next concept is access control. Access control. The access control means, okay, suppose here we have the three types of access specifiers. I will tell you what is access specifier. Three types of access specifiers. Okay, the first one, sorry, not three, four types. The first one is, okay, the first one is no access specifier. The next one is public. Third one is private. Fourth one is protected. Fourth one is protected. These four are the four different types of access specifiers. Okay, four different types of access specifiers. Okay, now here I think in the previous examples, go to any example. Look here. These are the class having the two instances. Is there any before integer any public, private, or protected?
No, sir.
No, that is called as no access specifier. Access specifier means accessing the data as per its specification. As per its specification, everything you cannot access. Sometimes you can access only few items. What kind of items? Suppose you have the data hiding concept. You have the hiding concept in the object-oriented features. Data hiding means you have to keep the data confidentially. Confidential. Up to now, there is no confidentiality of data. Okay, suppose here AB, what kind of AB here? No access specifier AB. Okay, this is the method. Which kind of method it is? It is also no access. What is the access control of access read data method? That is also no access specifier. Okay, that is also no access specifier. Next, coming to this is the pausing object. This is the which kind of access control, that is also no access specifier. This is also no access specifier. But only here the class is the public class, and in the main method this is the public method. These two are not at all. Okay, here this class is also pausing objects class is also no access specifier class. You have to remove, that's not a problem. This is the no access specifier class. Okay, in Java, okay, I will tell you later. Okay, that concept. Okay, look here these all are the, okay, what is this? These all are the no access specifier. No access specifier means here int a comma b, these two are the no access specifier means actually a and b are belongs to pausing objects class. Pausing objects class. Suppose in the main.java, I will write it, here I will write it p1 dot a is equal to 10. Any error here? Where is the a actually? In which class having the a? Here which class having the a? Passing objects
Passing
class
up.
having the a. But here p1 dot a means any error shown here? No error shown. You can access because of that is no access specifier. Because of that is no access specifier, you can access between the classes. But you need the object. Without p1 you cannot access a. Sometimes you have an object, some kind of data and some kind of methods you cannot access. Some kind of methods and some kind of data, that means that is called as a private. Private means suppose, okay, look here, access control. Here I have the four types of variables. Okay, here I have the four types of variables in the access class. Okay, four types. The first variable is the no access specifier a. The second variable is the public variable. The third variable is the private variable. The fourth variable is the protected variable. What is the access for these four types of access specifiers? Is specifying the access, where it can access, where it cannot be accessed. That is called as specification. Where it can access, where it cannot be accessed, that is called as specification of the access control. Access specifiers. Okay, access specifiers. Now we'll come to main.java. Okay, here access class, I'll create the object for access class. Access h is equal to new access. Access h is equal to new access. Okay, access h is equal to new access. Okay, next I will call h dot a. Definitely I can access h dot a because of that is no access specifier. Okay, 10 is a is the what kind of access specifier for a? Okay, I will copy it. Okay, a is what kind of access specifier? No access specifier means from one class to another class you can access. But how can you access? With the help of object only. Without object of access class, you cannot access. Nothing you can access from the class. Up to now, whatever I discussed, without object from the class, we cannot access nothing. we can access nothing. We can access nothing. We need the object. By using the object also, some items we cannot access. Okay, h dot a means between the classes. Okay, one more, these two, that is the main.java and also access.java, both are in the same package, CSA underscore B. Both are in the same package. Within the package, one class access specifier, one class no access specifier data or methods can access in some other class also. Okay, suppose here b dot a, h dot a, next one is h dot b. H dot b is equal to 20. Okay, what is the b type? That is a public variable. What is the b type? This is the public variable. Okay, this is the public variable between the classes inside the package. Okay, both the classes, access class and main class, both are in the same package, CSCB package. Both are in the CSCB package. The first one, no access specifier, can access, okay, the two classes between the communication between the two classes. The no access specifier here within the package, no access specifier can access one class, no access specifier data or no access specifier methods can access in some other class also. It's not a problem, but you need the object. At the same time, public also. Okay, h dot b. H dot b means b is the instance, not only for instance. You can access the methods also. Within the package, okay, within the package, okay, simple, within the package. All the classes are in the within the package. One class having the no access specifier method and no access specifier instance means these two should be accessed in the same package, some other class also. At the same time, public also, not only instance. Next one, what is the next one? Private. H dot C is equal to 30. Now we'll get the error. Look here, C is shown by red line. Because of that is the private. What is the access control? Access specification for control C means where it is declared that C is in the access class, within the class only you can access. But here outside the class, here where is the C in the access class, but here I accessed in the main class. Here I accessed in the main class. It's not accepted. That is data hiding. How can you hide the data? With the help of private access specifier. Okay, with the help of private access specifier within the package. Within the package, wherever, suppose one class having the private data and private methods means you cannot access these two yet outside the class. Yet outside the class. You cannot access. If you want to try to access, you will get the error. Hide the data. Okay, hide the data. The hiding data can be accessed by methods of the class, public methods of the class. Okay, public methods of the class. Suppose I will read it. I will write one method, void display. A void display. Here I will write it. Suppose C is equal to 10. Okay, C is equal to 10. Okay, now I will call from here h dot display. H dot display. H is an object of access class. H dot display means, okay, go to H object display. Here I can access. How the private member can access here? With the help of public method. Suppose from one class private data, if we want to access in some other class means through the method only you can access. Who can write that method? Who can create the data as a private? He can have the knowledge which data can be updated by with which method. Okay, by which method? Suppose you can withdraw the money, the balance has updated. Balance is the private number. Balance is the private member in the class. How the balance has updated? With the help of withdraw. With the help of withdraw. Who can execute the withdraw? Outside the class. Okay, some other class, the method has executed by the object. Okay, who have the ATM card? They are the objects. Withdraw method, whenever touch the withdraw method, enter the amount, automatically the balance has deducted. The balance has detected. That means the balance has updated by the balance is the private data. The private data of balance has updated by the which one? Using the public method. Which is the public method here? Withdraw is the public method. At the same time, look here, C is the balance here. Okay, the balance I have to give the value. Here I cannot apply. H dot C, definitely this is the error statement. You cannot access outside. But I can update, I can give the value means directly you can use the method. H dot display, then you will go to here. Okay, or read, not display, read data. Okay, read data. Private variables are read by methods. Okay, public variables means public, the remaining access specifier means no problem. Okay, then you will come to H dot D. What is the D here? D is the protected. Okay, D is the protected H dot D. Okay, H dot D. Okay, H dot D means H dot D means D is what kind here? That is a protected data. Okay, that is a protected data. Both classes are in the same package. One class protected data can access some other class also. It's not a problem. But which cannot be accessed? Which items cannot be accessed? Only the private data. Okay, only the private data. The read data is the method for accessing the to set the value for only only private members. Remaining you can access in some other class also. That's not a problem. Okay, now A plus B plus C plus D. Okay, now we'll call the H dot display. What is the output? 10, 30, 10, 20, 30, 40. Control X. Go to JDTs. Okay. C plus. Okay, now we'll go to main section. Execute this. We'll get the output 10, 20, 30, 40. What happened? This is also C is also 10. Okay, here I will C is also 10. That is. Okay, now once again I'll run. Okay, from this concept, what do you learn means, okay, look here, ABD. ABD is the data. Okay, which class data? Access class data. The data can access by access in some other class means where is the hiding of data? Can you show your personal data to some others? Can you show every data to some others? No. You
No,
can hide some details. You can hide some details. Never. The data can access in a class. Okay, in real time, in a class, all the instances are the private members. All the data is the private members. If it is public, everybody can change it. Okay, if it is suppose I have a class. Okay, I have a class, that class having the public data. My data is given to some others. Okay, my data is given to some others. The person who got the data from me, that person can change the data, not a private members means. Okay, there is no security. Okay, there is no security. Suppose in my class having the data only the private data. Okay, I will give my class to some others also. Okay, he cannot modify, he cannot touch my data because of hiding. He cannot access what are the instances in my class. Okay, what are the instances of my class. Okay, understand? This is the concept of access control. Okay, this is the concept of access control. Okay, that's the concept. You understand what is access control, all of you? Okay, the private data, what kind of, here the important thing, come to the access. Okay, here four types of access specifiers. Here we can apply no access specifier. No access specifier can apply for classes. Okay, as per no access specifier, no access specifier classes are there. Classes. No access specifier classes are there. Next, public classes are also there. As per the classes. Okay, as per the classes. Suppose instead of this, okay, I will write here no access specifiers. No access specifier public, which are applied for which one. That is the concept. Private, protected. First you will come to no access specifier, which are accessible. Okay, what are the different classes are there, methods are there, instances are there. Here no access specifier means classes are no access specifiers. Apply the no access classes. Apply the no access specifier classes. At the same time, which are applicable, which are using for no access specifier means, okay, that is instances and methods. Instances and methods. For example, okay, class. Suppose here I can remove this class. Public, no access specifier class. At the same time, no access specifier class. At the same time, that is a public class. Okay, here the instance is a no access specifier instance. Here the method is also no access specifier method. No access specifier classes, no access specifier methods, no access specifier instances. Public can apply for all. These three are also applicable for public. Public కూడా ఈ మూడు అప్లై చేయొచ్చు. ఈ మూడిటికి అప్లై చేయొచ్చు. Up to this level. Okay, next one. Private. Private can applicable for only instances and methods, but not private classes in Java. Okay, but not private classes in Java. Protected can apply for only instances. There is no for protected classes. There is no protected methods. Only which kind of? Okay, only you have to apply the protected for only the instances. Only the instances. Okay, this is the The public no access specifier can apply for classes. No access specifier classes, no access specifier instances, no access specifier methods. No access specifier constructors are also there, but still yet to be it's not covered. Yet to be not covered. Constructors not covered up to this level. These three: no access specifier classes, no instances, no access specifier instances, no access specifier methods are available in Java. Next we will come to public classes. Okay, here this is the public class, this is the public instance. Okay, here we will write it public also, that's not a problem. Okay, that is also acceptable. Okay, then coming to private. Private is a private access specifier can use for only instances and methods. Okay, suppose here I can use the private method, that's not a problem. Okay, that's a private method. Private methods are there at the same time private instances. Here which is the private instance is the private instance. In most of the cases, very rare we can use the private methods. How can you call the private method? Can you call it outside private method? No. How can you call the private method?
Inside the public method itself.
Very good. Okay, from the public method of the class, from that class you can call the private method. Directly you cannot access outside the class. If you want to access whatever the private items from a class, you need the public method. You need the public method. Suppose the class having all the private methods means what's the need of that class? Hmm? The class having only the private methods and private data. What's the need of that class? What can we access? Tell me. The class having the only private data and private data and private methods. There is no public, there is no access specifier. Okay, there is no access specifier. Okay, what is the need of that class?
No need, sir. All will be of data hiding itself.
That is not hiding, not data hiding. Your methods are also hidden. In such a way, no one can write the program. Suppose you have 100 methods. 100 methods are private methods means meaningless. At least you should require one public method. At least you should require one public method. Call that public method from outside the class. From that method, you will call the remaining 99 private methods. You can write it in such a way, that's not a problem. But all our private methods means it's not accepted. Okay, all our private methods means it's not accepted. Okay, you will write it, that's not a problem in the class, but no need of the class. Meaningless. Meaningless, the meaning, there is no meaning for the class. Okay, I think all of you understood what is the, suppose I think in Java there is no protected methods. Never I apply. Yes, we have the protected methods also, no problem. Instances and methods also. Instances and methods. Finally, what is the conclusion? Private members can access within the class. Public, protected and no access user can access within the class at the same time outside the class also within the same package. The outside the class is also in the same package. Then only we can access if and only if the class is in the same package. Okay, if and only if the package is also in the same class, same package. The class is also in the same package. Suppose between the packages, suppose packages means different modules. Package is equal to one module, another package is another different module. Between the packages, what kind of access specifiers are accessed means only the public. One package having the classes, public classes. Okay, public classes only you can access in the some other classes, some other package. Only public between the package communication. Only the public members can access. Remaining no member can access between the packages. Within the package, public, protected, and no access are having the same meaning. Between the packages, protected is different, no access specifier is different, public is different. Okay, public is different. We cannot access between the packages. That is inter-package communication. This is intra-package communication. Tell me what's the difference between inter and intra?
Intra means within itself, and inter means within two packages between them.
That means intra sports meet. Intra sports meet means what's the meaning in the college? All the college having the different branches. Okay, the schedule is given for only the college branches. No other college has participated. That is called as intra sports meet. Inter sports meets between the colleges means the college having the one team, another college having the other team. That is inter two colleges between the communication. Two colleges. What kind of access specifier is required? Public is only within the package. Public, no access specifier and protector are having the same meaning. All these three are having the same meaning. Private is different. Either intra-package communication or inter-package communication. Private is entirely different. Okay, private is entirely different. This is the concept of access control. Okay, this is the concept of access control. Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, come to, before going to next concept, what is the meaning of this read data? What is the meaning of read data? The data has read by method. The data has read by method. Understand? How do you read the data? How do you read the data? How do you read the instances? By using methods. With the help of methods, we have to read the data instances. Instances are assigned with values means that is called as object initialization. Okay, object initialization, that is the state of the object. I asked you number of times. S1 P1 dot read data. Okay, what is the state of the P? What is the state of the P1? P2 dot read data. What is the state of the P2? Okay, what is the state of the P2 means what are the values are initialized to the instances. What are the values are initialized to instances? That is P1 dot read data means the instances are initialized with the help of method. Okay, with the help of method. What's the name of the method? Read data. What is the name of the method? Read data. By using read data method, okay, we have to initialize the object. What is the meaning of initialize the object here? The data of the object has initialized. What is the data in the object? Instances. Okay, instances. Whenever p1 dot read data means a and b are initialized. A and B are initialized. Finally, we can say that is object has initialized. Okay, object has initialized. That's it. How do you do the initialization? Initialize the object. ఇంతన్నారు కదా. How do you do the initialization of object? ఎలా చేసాం?